This is an image I shot for my Unit 1 activity. I took the picture in a way in which you could see every close detail of the glass skull so that the image itself would look more aesthetically pleasing. I feel like the photo represents the transparency of death and how the concept is similar than how we perceive it. When we pass, there's nothing, similar to how we see through glass. There's nothing diluting out vision. As for why I chose this image, I chose it for the most obvious reason. Skulls are cool. This is an image I chose for my Unit 2 activity. This is one of the images I took while testing out different shutter speeds, which I believe helped give the image its fine, crisp appearance. Based on the crusty look of the fake pumpkin and the toad, which is an animal usually associated with warts, on top of said pumpkin, I think this image is a very good representation of bad skin conditions. I chose this image because I enjoyed how the greenish colors of the toad and pumpkin contrasted with the gray wood chips underneath the small statue. This is an image I took for my Unit 4 activity. In this activity, I was assigned to take a still life image, so I decided to take a centered photo of this lovely basket of fruit and small pumpkins. I wanted the basket to be right in the center because I wanted to create something basic yet effective. With the addition of the pumpkins and the fall aesthetic it brings to the photo, I feel like it represents the beauty of fall harvests and how fruits and vegetables look so beautiful during this time of year. I chose this image because it is a perfect and classic example of good photography. This is what I chose to take a picture of for my Unit 8 activity, a lovely chicken sandwich with a side of chips. I wanted to take a picture in a way in which it looked as delicious and wonderful as possible, similar to how fast food companies take pictures of their edible products for advertising. When I look at this picture, I think of the simple pleasures of life, such as delicious meals. So when thinking about what this image represents, I think the theme is pretty self-explanatory. I chose this image because I was really proud of it, and it shows how successful I would be in fast food advertising. This is a small project for my Unit 3 activity. In this unit, I was supposed to recreate popular photography photos, so I decided to recreate The Blind Woman of New York, which was a photo taken by Paul Strand. I wanted to create a similar feel as the original, so I adjusted the settings on my camera, pulled up my hood, and made a sign similar to the one the woman was wearing. If we consider what the original photo was trying to represent, which I believe was the suffering lower class of old New York, then we can conclude that was what I was trying to represent as well. I chose this photo because I was really proud of how on point it was with the original. This is also a project I did for Unit 3, in which I was assigned to recreate photos made by popular photographers. In this photo, I chose to recreate the Stephen Spencer photo shot by Cecil Beaton. I want to make something as similar to the original photo as possible, so just like in the original, I got some books to put my hand on, some glasses, and some dapper clothing, and I made sure to make things as centered as possible. I feel like the original photo was trying to represent the mysterious beauty of a distinguished gentleman, so I was trying to make my creation of the photo represent that particular idea. I chose this photo for the most obvious reason: it looked cool. Going back to my Unit 1 project, this is a photo I took using the aperture setting on my camera, which resulted in a perfectly bright and pretty image of some flowers. I feel like the photo represents the nature of beauty and the different types of flowers that reveal themselves during the springtime. I chose this photo because it was very beautiful looking. This is another part of my Unit 4 project, which my sister took part in. I was assigned to take an action shot, so I told her to walk down some stairs while I took a photo of her action. I don't think this photo represents anything. It's just a cool picture of my sister walking down some stairs. Regardless, I thought this was a cool picture that I could share in my portfolio. This is a photo I took for Unit 9. I set everything up on the table, and with the help of my mom holding the candle in a cage in the very back, and my sister on the lighting, we created something truthfully awesome. Since it was near Halloween when I took the photo, I wanted to create something bizarre and spooky, so I took a creepy clay statue I created, along with some fall-esque props, and made something that could correctly depict what Hallows Eve had to offer. Since me and my team put so much heart and effort into this photo, I couldn't just leave it out of the portfolio. It is a true masterpiece.